Derech Eretz.
Latest Sightings, founded by Nadav Ossendryver at age 15, is an example of what a young entrepreneur can accomplish by using 21st century technology. Now, 20 years old, Nadav is channeling his passion for wildlife, conservation, and his love of the Kruger National Park by creating an online, real-time wildlife spotting community for visitors to our very own national park and other interested parties around the world.
I moved to South Africa when I was 8 years old. My family and I lived in Israel. And our first holiday we went on was to the game reserve. And I just fell in love, you know. We went for 3 days and I was looking for a lion, leopard, cheetah, elephant, buffalo, like every single second. That's all I wanted to see. And the last sighting of that trip, we turned the corner and there was a pride of 4 lions just walking along the road. And it was at that moment that I just fell in love with it. I've been begging to go back ever since.
He has kept a ledger since the age of 8 until recently, he's now 20, of every predator sighting he has ever seen. Wild dog, lion, leopard, cheetah, the day, the time, the temperature, everything. This ledger is like a David Livingstone diary. It is unbelievable. And so that's when he got hooked. And then we were going to fast forward to when he was 15. We're driving around Kruger and it's quiet. Nobody's seeing anything. And of course, there's a tradition of asking cars when they're coming by, what have they seen? Have they seen anything? After the 10th car, my wife and I, Corrine, decided that's it, no more. We're just driving.
That's when I thought, like, the Kruger Park is huge, you know? It's bigger than some countries in the world. And right now, someone has to be seeing a leopard, or someone right now has to be seeing a lion. And like, I didn't know where it was. You know, so that's kind of what I imagine in my head. Why don't people share what they're seeing in real time so that other people in the area can go and get to see those animals? And also then people around the world can really learn about animals, see what's going on, follow the sightings, and really hopefully get some incredible sightings that can reach a lot of people around the world and just, you know, great entertainment.
When we came back to Johannesburg, it was school holidays, and he went onto Google, YouTube, and taught himself how to develop an iPhone app and a website and everything that he needed to know in order to fulfill what he needed to find sightings.
And like that afternoon, I released the app onto the App Store. And so it's really amazing, you know, using the YouTube or just the internet to learn how to do what you want to do.
A couple of weeks later, he came out and he said, I've got my first sightings. And eventually, he managed to get 30,000 downloads to his app in 1 week.
When I was 8 years old, I started selling lemonade with one of my friends overseas to basically raise money to buy a game reserve. And so I think that's really where I started my entrepreneurial, you know, endeavors from 8 years old. And at school, I used to help people fix their iPhones and, you know, and kind of had a small business there kind of thing. And so I've always been a bit of like a, you know, someone who tried to earn, you know, and make businesses out of something that I really enjoyed doing. I mean, the biggest thing about entrepreneurs is that they do stuff. And that's a lot of the times what I do. You know, I'd rather try something, and if there's something wrong, I'll just change it later. You know, if I didn't think about it, I'll just change it later, rather than get so scared about, no, what if it goes wrong, and not do it at all. So I think that's really definitely where kind of being an entrepreneur and having that personality really kicks in. So in the beginning, you know, Latest Sightings was just about sightings and really helping people see more animals, helping people around the world connect to wildlife through technology and through Latest Sightings and our platform. And you know, we get a lot of amazing sightings, and what happens is we use social media to post those sightings and reach people around the world to get them to then join the community. And what we found is we started getting a lot of amazing videos that, for me, YouTube was the only place to put them on. I mean, YouTube is the world-renowned place for videos. And so we took the best of the best that we got, put it on YouTube, and we made these videos go super viral. You know, our YouTube channel is one of the top 5 in Africa with the 380 million views, reaching 700,000 people every day.
I remember when I first got here, wildlife was not something I really followed. But through having conversations with park goers, avid park goers, I've discovered something that I really didn't know about myself, and that is that I really have a good interest in wildlife.
After we saw the potential of how big YouTube got, YouTube actually asked us to join their partner program, whereby they put ads in front of our videos or on top of our videos for us, and every time those ads get engaged with, they'll pay us for that. And so people who send in their videos, we decided like it's not our videos, it's the community is helping me build this up. So it's only fair that we share the revenue with them. And so we started our own latest Sightings partner program. And whatever we get, we'll share that revenue with the contributor. And this has been very successful, thank goodness, with people earning 200,000 Rand, 50,000 Rand, 10,000. You know, it already ranges of of what they can earn. But it's a huge thing for anyone. I mean, it's life changing. And so that's really exciting to see that from the Sightings we actually are able to help our community who are active in it.
People trust him. People have tried to copy him, and it just fails because the people are doing it for the wrong reasons. Nadav does it out of absolute passion for wildlife and nothing more than that. Everything else is just just an added value to his passion, and being humble and understanding the value that when he gets a video from on his partnership program, he knows that he's got a responsibility to the person that's uploading it, because there's a 60-40% ratio of sharing of revenue. So Nadav works and understands how to do it so that that person will get a good value for his video.
I've never worked for a 19-year-old, so for me, lady in business, you always expect your boss to be an older guy. I think it's young, it's vibey, it just gives you a sense of, the youngsters, you always say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you can, because I've learned so much working with Sean, working with Nadav. Seema, she's a young updater as well. So they teach you a lot of things that you actually never thought that you knew. It's surprising, but Nadav is great, he's fabulous. I think he's an amazing young man, entrepreneur. Not just that, he engages with us. So on a level, it's almost like we're a family together. And that's what makes us work so well.
Forbes Africa, they released a 30 under 30 list for Africans, and I had the honor of being one of the 5 South Africans on this list, and representing my community of South Africa around the world on such an incredible list that people really look up to, and it's an amazing feeling. And last month in November, Forbes held a summit for all the 30 under 30s around the world to just come together, interact and listen to incredible world-class speakers, but to meet the other entrepreneurs from around the world and seeing what they're doing and the weird but amazing companies that they're building up was really incredible. And I think that's what Forbes and the list is doing, is just showing people around the world what people are doing and how anyone can do it. You don't have to be old, you don't have to be too young, it's anyone can really do it. With data Sightings, one thing I'll always keep in mind, is to try to bring light to South Africa. And like, for me, that is Derech Eretz. It's changing people to make them love this country. And for me, that's been an amazing thing, because I hated it when people said, nah, I never want to come to South Africa, or I never want to go to the game reserve, it's a boring place, stuff like that. But having seen that we can actually change that, and we have changed it in hundreds of thousands of people that are following us every day, I think there's nothing better that can be done for tourism in this country, and it's huge. It's something that I really love being a part of.